Yeah, sorry about that, family. I got a phone call, but as I left off at, it's here 1 minute, it's gone the next, point blank. So I encourage all those who watch and hear this video, hear my words. I encourage you to be mindful that death waits for no man, and after death comes the judgment. So beware. Some people might feel like, PJ, you trying to scare me, man. You trying to scare me, man. I'm not falling for you. You talk too scary for me. Some people come at me like that, man. You just make me scared the way you talk. Let me tell you something. Do you not think it made Nivea scared when Jonah ran onto the scene after what he had gone through, his ordeal, when God sent him to warn those people, rebuke those people of their sins, and he wanted to go another way? Then God let him go through trials and tribulations and troubles. And then he comes back and he said, hey, y'all don't repent, God gonna destroy this city. But they repented and they saved their lives. Even in the scriptures it says that Noah moved by fear. He was saved by his faith. And it was all because of his fear of believing in the word that God had gave to him, that God was going to destroy the world. And so he swiftly went to building that boat, to building that ark. Think about that. So let me tell you something. I'd rather scare people out of the devil's hands than to love them and comfort them and pacify them while they're in his clutches, because you are facing down the barrel of the biggest gun with the most fatal ammunition, and eternal death is imminent. If I got to tell my son, I see him in the middle of the street and the truck about to run him over, if I got to holler at him and say, boy, I'm going to tear your butt up if you don't get out, move now, it's all worth him being scared of daddy for a little moment of time in order to spare his life. Use wisdom, family. We've gotten away from it. We've lost it. We've picked up a counterfeit wisdom with counterfeit knowledge that profits none of us. All is vanity. All is vain. If you live for anything in life, let it be for the one who died for you. That's Christ. That's all I got to say. Uphold the standard. Where are the strong men? Where are the courageous women? Where are the mighty soldiers? Are they seeking to please people? Are they seeking to not offend anybody because of the gospel? Let me tell you something. As for me and my house, from where I stand, if the gospel offends your ears, cut me out of your life now. Because by God's grace, I'm going to speak this gospel to the very day that I die. And nobody's going to muzzle me. Nobody. And for those who come up against me, this is another thing we got to understand, family. The power of prayer. Why we ought to be so bold. I'm not bold on account of my own strength or know-how or intellect. No. That's not where my boldness comes from. My boldness comes from the God I believe on. The living God that I serve. The God that I know. That's where my boldness come in. Because at the end of the day, even when he tells me to pray for my enemies, it's a dangerous thing to come against a man whose heart is for God. Because even when I get down on my knees and I pray for my enemies, trust me, if I'm praying for you because you're my enemy, that means you're a servant of Satan. That means you've been deceived or you're knowingly participating in his agenda. Either way, you've made yourself an enemy to me because you're an enemy to my God. So when I get on my knees and I pray for an enemy, guess what? My prayers for my enemies, it is like hellfire coming down on them. You know why? Because I'm not praying for their destruction. I'm praying for their salvation. Those who speak against me and my brothers and sisters like me, you ought to tread softly and close your lips before you even think to speak an evil word. Because we have the power to pray, and all the sinful pleasures that you love so much, God will bring them to nothing. Every time you lie down and fornicate, I will pray, and my God will make sure that you ejaculate quick. That your experience will be an experience of shame rather than pleasure and boasting. Or if you're a woman, my prayers will make the man ejaculate quick. So that way your conviction will be all the more worse upon you when you see how short-lived the pleasure was, when you didn't even get anything out of the deal. Think about that. My prayers will bring conviction to those who oppose my God concerning the evil that they do and the evil that they speak. My prayers will cause their worldly pleasures to become nothing. Will cause them to be able to drink and drink and drink, but they don't feel a buzz. Be able to smoke and smoke and smoke, but they don't catch the high. What's going on? That man or that woman you spoke against who was professing the gospel, they prayed for you. That's what's going on. And now God is looking at you. He's looking upon you. He's looking at you. He's beholding you. And guess what? There might be even times where our prayers cause those who oppose us and our God to feel the very eyes of God. Everywhere you walk, you will now feel his presence. And it will terrify you, because this is the God that you've hated. This is the God that you've aligned yourself against. This is the God that you've despised. So it will terrify you more than usual. You're going to think it's a demon running around chasing you. No, you sleep with demons, and you drink with demons, and you party with demons all day long. Those are your buddies. No, these are the angels of the Lord that are now surrounding you, that are now giving you night terrors while you sleep until you call out upon the name of Christ, that he save you and deliver you from your night terrors and the demons that my God will send upon you, and cause the unclean spirits that you welcome and that have caused you to feel like they're your buddies. God will send that unclean spirit and cause it to torment you. Now he will let loose the leash that demon is on. Say, okay, go get them. And you're going to chase them in my arms. So be careful before you come against somebody on those that are like me. And that's why I don't speak against my brothers and sisters in the faith. Even if we might not agree on certain things, I'll voice my opinion, but I don't go out my way and I don't go trying to start a beef with them. If they're directing people to Christ, if they're directing people to the cross, if they're directing people to the blood of the Messiah, we good for the most part. They doing more than most. Anyway, family, y'all be well. That's it.